Razor Ruddock alongside me. Now, Manchester United continued their pre-season last night, a 2-0 loss to Real Madrid, adding to a 3-1 defeat to Wrexham 24 hours earlier. Look, it was not the strongest side against Wrexham, but last night was decent. Goals from Jude Bellingham.
Yes.
And Joselu, great overhead kick, by the way, gave Madrid the 2-0 victory. And up next for United is Dortmund in Nevada on Monday. Razor, United played quite a strong team as well.
Yeah.
Is that a bad sign? Look, Madrid, we know, are a decent side with great quality.
Yeah.
But, how serious did you take pre-season?
No, it's fitness.
Games?
It's fitness. As we used to play years ago, and we used to play, like, no disrespect to the sort of non-league teams and lower league teams, you weren't getting your fitness, because especially as a defender, you just stand at the back, you're winning 8-0, you know.
Yeah.
That's not pre-season. I think Man United, they get beat by Real Madrid, but that's a proper pre-season game, because you're working your socks off and you're getting fitter. So I think managers just look at it as a good training session.
Well, let's say a very good morning to United Stand presenter Adam Matic, who's out in America watching United. Adam, a very good morning.
Morning.
Morning, gents. How are we doing?
Great overhead kick for Real Madrid. But what about United? What sort of side did they play, Adam? And were you impressed or not?
Yeah, it was as strong as we probably could go. I think the biggest surprise was young Kobbie Mainoo, one of the youth academy graduates, was in midfield alongside Mason Mount and Casemiro. I think where we're at right now in pre-season, I think most of them players in that team were only playing their second 45 minutes of pre-season.
Yeah.
So, like Neil said, then it's getting minutes in the legs of a lot of players, and on a big pitch like that in that stadium against one of the best midfield lineups I think you could get in world football right now. I think Real Madrid lined up with Modric, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, and Jude Bellingham in the middle. And we've got a youth academy player in Kobbie Mainoo making another appearance in pre-season. Sadly, he got injured in the 3rd minute as well, and had to go off, which was devastating for us. That was and literally they scored their first goal in that spell when we were down to 10 men trying to make a substitute as well. So yeah, I'm still liking what I'm seeing. It's a work in progress, but I think it's early days for a lot of the players coming back. I think that's the problem we've got. We can't really judge the results properly.
How did Bellingham look?
Oh, absolutely outstanding.
Where did he play? Did he play just behind the front two, or was he?
Yeah, he nearly sort of played like a false nine as well. His first goal came from nowhere. He timed his run, he curved his run superbly like a centre forward would. Yeah. Completely bamboozled our two centre backs, and he tucks it over Onana like he was a seasoned centre forward finish. Wow. He was absolutely outstanding. To watch him in the flesh, wow, he's an absolutely outstanding player.
Great athlete. Yeah. Adam, what about Mason Mount?
Yeah, good. He's tenacious. He adds a lot more to our team. And like I said, with a lot of the senior players only just coming back, Mason's had pretty much. He's played nearly every single game so far this pre-season, but he's now only just starting to play with the likes of Bruno and Casemiro and a few of the other seasoned senior players. So he does add a lot of energy to our game. He's tenacious. He's good in the press, and I think in time he will turn out to be a very good player for us. The signs are good so far. I think just finding his feet.
Yeah. And Onana, how did Onana look? Was he comfortable?
I made a comment in the game in my post-match review of the game. I said I think Onana had more touches outside the box in one pre-season game than David De Gea did in 12 years at the football club.
Wow.
He plays like a centre-back.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's a world apart from what David De Gea was. It's exciting to see, and he made a couple of good saves, could do nothing with the goals. They were just good finishes. So I think he had a positive debut.
Yeah, and I think that gives confidence to your back four, especially your two centre-halves. I mean, when you've got a goalkeeper coming off your line, you know he's going to be supporting you. It's a great help, and I think that's what they bought him for.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing higher than Varane at certain stages of the game. He was literally, I mean, you've seen what he did in the cup final against Manchester City. Even Pep Guardiola said he was playing as a sweeper, but he was really impressive in terms of his distribution and commanding his box as well, which is big for us because we've not had that for a while with David. But I was impressed with him as well, and I think we just want to see more now. It's frustrating in pre-season because it's all stop-start and you don't see it. But that's the only thing. But it does look good. It's really it's encouraging.
So Adam, realistically, where can United finish this season?
Well, the clear sign today was we desperately need a striker.
Right.
We are lacking in goals. We've lacked in goals last season. It was one of our downsides last season. I think we was like worst out the top 6 for goals scored. We need to get a couple more players in. Otherwise, top 4 will probably be a struggle for us. I'll say that honestly now. I feel like if we do get a couple more players in, a striker, another central midfielder with a bit of better quality, I think we can close the gap on Manchester City. I think that's the aim. We've got to close that 14-point gap. But if we don't make any signings now from this point forward, and this was the team going into the league, I think we would still struggle with the way that I'm expecting certain other teams like Liverpool and Chelsea to bounce back and
to improve.
Arsenal have strengthened, and obviously City are always going to strengthen.
And Newcastle as well.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah, sorry, Newcastle as well. You're right.
Adam, we'll see, mate. It's pre-season. Sometimes you can have a great pre-season, a poor start, and it works the other way around as well.
Definitely.
Adam, thank you. Adam Matic there, United Stand
No problem,
presenter.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.